My chosen vessel, pause for a moment and breathe this in, because what I am about to reveal has never been spoken over you like this before. God says, the person who took your name to an altar of darkness has failed. Yes, you heard that correctly. There was a moment when your name was whispered in a place you never stepped into. A place of hidden intentions. A place where someone thought they could manipulate your destiny. They believed they could delay your progress, cloud your mind, block your opportunities, and silence your favor. But heaven interrupted. Jesus has overturned the tables of your enemies. Just as he walked into the temple and flipped what was corrupt, what was unjust, what was built on deception, he has stepped into the spiritual courtroom concerning you, and what was arranged against you has been dismantled. This is not symbolic. This is personal. The one who tried to bind your advancement is now facing their own confusion. The plan they designed has collapsed before it could manifest. What they thought would be your downfall has become the evidence of your protection. And tonight, December 21st, something shifts. This date is not random. It marks a crossing point, a doorway, a transition between what tried to hold you and what is about to release you. A stranger will bring the key to your new season. Not someone you expected, not someone from your inner circle, not someone you have been waiting on. This person will appear unexpectedly, and through a word, an opportunity, a message, or even a simple interaction, you will recognize the sign. But here is the warning. You must be spiritually alert. Because when blessings come disguised as strangers, many miss them. Archangel Michael stands as a guardian over divine transitions. And right now, he is assigned to protect this shift in your life. There was warfare around your name. There was resistance around your calling. There was tension in the unseen realm because your next level carries influence. But the battle has already turned. The altar that was meant to announce your defeat has now announced your deliverance. Do you understand what that means? It means the attack failed. It means the accusation expired. It means the assignment against you was revoked. And those who thought they could spiritually corner you are watching doors open that they cannot close. This is why the enemy has been trying to distract you lately. Small irritations, sudden emotional heaviness, unusual fatigue, confusion that seemed to come from nowhere. It was the last attempt to make you doubt before your breakthrough. But heaven says, stand still, because tonight, a sign will confirm this word. It may not look dramatic. It may not come with thunder, but it will carry peace. It will carry clarity. It will feel aligned. And deep inside, your spirit will whisper, this is it. Archangel Michael has already cleared the path ahead of you. The sword that defends you has been lifted. The shield around your household has been strengthened. What tried to attach itself to your home has been rebuked. What tried to follow your bloodline has been cut off. The person who spoke your name in darkness underestimated the authority covering you. They underestimated your prayers. They underestimated your obedience. They underestimated the covenant you carry. But most of all, they underestimated God. And now the tables are overturned. The same hands that attempted to restrict you will witness your rise. The same voices that predicted your struggle will hear about your success. The same environment that tried to suffocate your progress will see you outgrow it. This is the beginning of your new season. Not next year. Not months from now. Now, December 21st is a prophetic marker. It represents reversal. What was going down is now coming up. What was locked is now unlocking. What was delayed is now accelerating. And the stranger, that stranger, is not random. They are positioned, divinely timed, strategically aligned. They carry a cue, and that key may look like information, introduction, invitation, confirmation, or instruction. But you must open your heart to recognize it. Do not dismiss unfamiliar faces tonight. Do not ignore unexpected communication. Do not brush off sudden opportunities. Heaven is orchestrating details you cannot yet see. Archangel Michael is ensuring that no interference blocks this delivery. Because when Jesus overturns tables, he does not do it halfway. He restores. He vindicates. He establishes. And this message found you for a reason. You are not here by accident. You did not click randomly. You were guided. Something in your spirit knew that tonight carries significance. And you are right. The altar of darkness has failed. The tables have been overturned. And the key to your next season is already in motion. Prepare yourself. Stay spiritually aware. And get ready to recognize the sign. Beloved warrior of light, something deeper is unfolding behind what you can see. What happened was not small. When God says the person who took your name to an altar of darkness has failed, it means a spiritual transaction was attempted. It means someone believed they could influence your destiny through hidden means. They thought they could tamper with your momentum, weaken your confidence, and delay your promise. But what they did not realize is that your life is under divine jurisdiction. Jesus has overturned the tables of your enemies, and when he overturns something, he exposes it. He does not simply stop the attack, he reveals its root. That is why recently you may have started sensing clarity about certain people. Masks have been slipping. Energy has shifted. Conversations have felt different. God is allowing you to see what was once concealed. This is not to make you paranoid. This is to make you prepared. Archangel Michael has been assigned as a defender in this transition. His presence signifies that what you are stepping into carries weight. Heaven does not dispatch protection for something ordinary. There is value in your next season. There is influence attached to your obedience. There is impact connected to your elevation. And that is why the opposition tried to move first. But they moved too late. Because tonight, December 21st, marks a divine reversal. A spiritual legal matter has been settled in your favor. The whisper spoken against you has been silenced. The intention crafted to intimidate you has been dismantled. The plan designed to isolate you has collapsed. Have you noticed how certain pressures suddenly feel lighter? Have you sensed a strange calm replacing anxiety? That is not coincidence. That is confirmation. When Jesus overturns tables, peace follows. When he steps into your situation, confusion loses its authority. Yet here is what you must understand. The stranger who will bring the key to your new season may not look impressive. The key may not appear golden. It may come through a simple conversation, a recommendation, a connection, or even a message you almost ignored. That is why discernment matters tonight. Archangel Michael stands watch to ensure the delivery reaches you. But recognition is your responsibility. Open your spirit. The enemy failed because your destiny is guarded. But do not allow distraction to make you miss the blessing. Sometimes the final tactic of a defeated enemy is noise, distraction, drama, emotional turbulence. If something tries to pull your focus away from clarity tonight, pause, breathe, or focus. Because this is where it gets interesting. The tables were overturned not only to protect you, but to promote you. There is elevation attached to this reversal. The same situation that was meant to embarrass you is about to highlight you. The same area where you felt blocked is about to open with unusual speed. And when it happens, you will know this word was real. If this message is resonating with your spirit, I want you to engage with it. Like this video as a declaration that you receive divine protection. Share it with someone who needs to hear that their name is covered. Comment what you are believing God to unlock in this new season. Subscribe to this channel and become part of a community that stands under spiritual authority and clarity. When you engage, you are not just supporting content, you are aligning yourself with the message. Because this is not entertainment. This is spiritual alignment. There are people who were meant to hear this but have not found it yet. Your action can place this word in front of them at the exact moment they need confirmation. Do not underestimate the power of your click, your share, your voice. And as you continue listening, understand that the next revelation will explain why the attack had to fail before the key could arrive. There is a connection between the overturned tables and the stranger approaching your life. It is strategic. It is precise. It is timed. What is about to be revealed will make everything make sense. Hold your focus. Something powerful is unfolding. Faithful one, lean in closely because what I am about to reveal explains why the attack had to fail before the key could arrive. When your name was taken to an altar of darkness, it was not random jealousy. It was reaction. Reaction to your potential. Reaction to your calling. Reaction to the favor that has quietly followed you even in seasons where you felt forgotten. The enemy does not attack what is empty. The enemy reacts to what carries future weight. But here is the mystery you must understand. That altar became evidence in the courts of heaven. What was meant to curse you became the very document that justified your elevation. The attempt exposed the fear of your enemies. It proved that even they see something powerful on your life. And once that evidence was presented, Jesus stood up. Just as he overturned the tables in righteous authority, he overturned the verdict that was being whispered against you. The accusation was dismissed. The strategy was nullified. The agreement formed in dark has lost its legal standing. That is why you are still standing. That is why you did not collapse under pressure. That is why doors that should have closed remain slightly open. Archangel Michael's role in this was not symbolic. His presence signifies enforcement. When a decision is made in your favor in the heavenly realm, there must be guardians assigned to protect its manifestation on earth. You are not imagining the shift you feel. There is enforcement behind it. December 21st is not just a date. It is a spiritual checkpoint. It marks the end of a hidden battle and the beginning of visible reward. The stranger bringing the key is connected to this divine timing. Because once the tables were overturned, space was created. Space for opportunity. Space for introduction. Space for acceleration. What had to be removed has been removed. Now something must be inserted. The key represents access. Access to rooms you were previously locked out of. Access to conversations you were never invited into. Access to insight that will position you differently. This is why the enemy wanted you discouraged. If you had given up emotionally, you would not recognize the key when it appears. But you did not quit. You wrestled with confusion. You questioned certain delay. You wondered why resistance felt so heavy. Yet you kept moving. That perseverance is about to be rewarded. The stranger will not know the full significance of their role. They will simply act naturally. They may offer information casually. They may connect you without realizing they are fulfilling prophecy. But your spirit will feel it. There will be a confirmation that cannot be explained logically. This is the sign. Do not overanalyze it. Do not doubt it. Receive it. Because when Jesus overturns tables, he does not leave emptiness. He replaces corruption with opportunity. He replaces injustice with advancement. He replaces hidden schemes with open doors. And tonight, something tangible shifts. The altar of darkness failed because it was built on fear. Your future is built on promise. Fear cannot overpower promise. Manipulation cannot override covenant. And darkness cannot sustain itself when exposed to divine light. You were protected even when you did not know you needed protection. You were defended even when you thought you were fighting alone. Archangel Michael's assignment ensured that no unseen force could override what God declared over you. That protection continues into this new season. The key arriving is not a fragile blessing. It is guarded. It is reinforced. It is secure. Now hear this clearly. Your response matters. Gratitude unlocks acceleration. Recognition multiplies favor. Alignment sustains blessing. Do not treat this word casually. Do not let familiarity dull its impact. Something significant is happening in your timeline. If this message is speaking directly to your spirit, type "I receive the reversal" in the comments right now. Blessing code 2147 has just been activated over your season. Declare it boldly as an act of agreement. And as this revelation settles into your heart, understand something deeper. When you support the spreading of this word, you are not supporting a channel. You are helping light reach someone standing in the same battle you just overcame. Scripture declares, "Give, and it shall be given unto you." And this is not ancient history. It is God speaking now, promising that every seed releases a harvest. I am inviting you in this sacred moment to sow into the mission of delivering freedom to others. When you give through Super Thanks, join membership, or use the PayPal link in the description, you become part of a divine river carrying truth into dry places. This is prophetic action. What you release becomes multiplied light in someone else's darkness. As you sow, may doors open over your household, may protection rest over your name, and may increase locate you without struggle. Step into this moment and act. Sow the seed. Activate the harvest. Chosen one, there is a reason your spirit feels alert right now. After a battle is overturned in the heavenly realm, there is always a moment of divine repositioning. This is where you currently stand. The tables have been flipped. The accusations have been dismissed. The altar built against your name has failed. But now heaven begins to rearrange your environment so that your new season can take root properly. You may start noticing subtle changes first. Conversations will shift. Certain people will grow distant without conflict. Others will suddenly become supportive. Opportunities that once felt locked will begin to respond. This is not coincidence. This is alignment. When Jesus overturns the tables of your enemies, he does not leave you in the same arrangement. He restructures the atmosphere around you. There were individuals who unknowingly benefited from your delay. As long as you remained limited, they remained comfortable. As long as you doubted yourself, they felt secure. But your acceleration disrupts their comfort, and that is why there was resistance. Yet resistance has an expiration date. December 21st marked the spiritual expiration of interference. The authority that was standing against you has been revoked. What once intimidated you no longer carries weight. What once felt impossible now feels reachable. You are entering a season of evidence. Evidence that you were protected. Evidence that you were chosen. Evidence that what was meant to harm you actually positioned you. Archangel Michael's presence in this transition signifies that your advancement is guarded. There will not be a repeat of the same hidden sabotage. There will not be a silent interference blocking your steps. What comes next will be clearer, and more direct. But clarity requires courage. You cannot carry old fear into a new season. You cannot expect elevation while entertaining insecurity. The overturned tables represent more than victory. They represent cleansing. The environment that once allowed hidden intentions has been purified. And now you must step forward boldly. The stranger bringing the key is not only unlocking opportunity, they are unlocking identity. The interaction will confirm something about yourself that you have quietly questioned. It will validate a skill, a calling, a gift, or a vision you nearly abandoned. Pay attention to what feels affirmed. Sometimes the key is not a door. Sometimes the key is confidence. The enemy attempted to attack your name because your name carries authority. Your reputation, your influence, your character. These are assets. And once you understand their value, you will no longer tolerate environments that minimize them. This is the awakening happening inside you. Have you noticed how your tolerance for certain behavior has decreased? Have you sensed a stronger desire for peace instead of chaos? That is growth. That is spiritual maturity rising to the surface. The attack failed, but it taught you discernment. The delay hurt, but it strengthened your patience. The confusion frustrated you, but it deepened your prayer life. Nothing was wasted. Jesus overturned the tables not only to defend you, but to demonstrate that corruption cannot coexist with your destiny. What was unstable has been removed so that what is stable can be established. This next season will feel different. It will feel lighter. It will feel clearer. It will feel intentional. And yet, you may still experience moments of disbelief. That is natural. When you have been in a battle for a long time, peace can feel unfamiliar. But do not sabotage peace because you are used to warfare. Receive it. Archangel Michael's assignment continues as you transition. Protection is not temporary. It accompanies purpose. The key being delivered will not create chaos. It will create direction. And direction is what you have been praying for. You asked for clarity. You asked for confirmation. You asked for breakthrough. Now it is unfolding. Do not rush it. Do not force it. Allow it to reveal itself step by step. Divine timing is precise. The stranger's arrival is not dramatic for attention. It is strategic for alignment. Everything is being repositioned so that when your elevation becomes visible, it will be undeniable. The same people who doubted your path will see its outcome. The same voices that questioned your endurance will witness your stability. The same atmosphere that once felt heavy will feel charged with possibility. You are not the same person who entered this battle. You are wiser. You are stronger. You are more discerning. And this new season will reflect that growth. Prepare your mindset. Prepare your heart. Prepare your expectations. Because when heaven overturns something, it replaces it with something greater. And what is coming is greater than what was lost. Steady your heart, because what is happening now is deeper than a simple breakthrough. There is a divine exchange taking place around your life. What was whispered in secrecy is being answered in authority. What was attempted in darkness is being corrected in light. The person who thought they could use your name as leverage in hidden places has now become a witness to their own failure. You may never see their face exposed. You may never hear their confession. But heaven has already handled it. This is the part many people misunderstand. Victory does not always come with public announcements. Sometimes it comes with silent reversals. Doors that were mysteriously closing will now open just as mysteriously. Resistance that once felt immovable will suddenly dissolve without explanation. That is not coincidence. That is correction. When Jesus overturned the tables of your enemies, he restored spiritual balance. The scales that were tipped unfairly have been recalibrated. The weight that pressed against you has been lifted. You may feel it as renewed motivation. You may feel it as unusual peace. You may feel it as boldness returning to your decisions. Pay attention to that inner shift. Archangel Michael's assignment around you was not just about defense. It was about securing your forward movement. Because what is coming requires stability. You cannot enter your new season carrying suspicion, fear, or hesitation. The overturning of tables was necessary to remove contamination from your environment. Now comes establishment. The stranger bringing the key is not arriving randomly. They are aligned with the season of establishment. They will represent structure. They will represent access. They will represent confirmation that your season of delay has expired. And here is what you must understand clearly. The key may open more than one door. It may unlock financial growth. It may unlock relational clarity. It may unlock a platform for your voice. It may unlock an idea that shifts your direction entirely. Whatever form it takes, it will carry expansion. Expansion requires readiness. This is why the battle felt intense. Expansion without preparation can destroy a person. But your preparation came through endurance. The very attack that tried to weaken you actually strengthened you. The pressure that attempted to crush you refined your character. Now you are ready. You are no longer seeking validation from those who misunderstood you. You are no longer desperate for approval from those who doubted you. You are no longer shrinking to fit spaces that were too small for your calling. Something inside you has matured. The altar of darkness failed because it underestimated your covering. It underestimated your resilience. It underestimated your obedience. And most importantly, it underestimated the authority of Jesus in your life. When he overturns something, it stays overturned. Do not expect the same cycle to repeat. Do not expect the same sabotage to resurface. The chapter has been closed. The lesson was learned. The protection has been reinforced. Now your focus must shift from defense to development. What are you building in this new season? What habits are you refining? What mindset are you choosing? Because the key arriving tonight is not just an opportunity, it is a responsibility. Responsibility to steward what you prayed for. Responsibility to guard what was fought over. Responsibility to honor the protection that covered you. Archangel Michael stands not only as a warrior, but as a symbol of divine order. Order is entering your life. Chaos is losing its influence. Confusion is being replaced with clarity. You will start making decisions with confidence instead of doubt. You will start speaking with authority instead of hesitation. You will start walking with expectation instead of fear. That is the evidence that the tables were truly overturned. And remember this: the stranger bringing the key may test your discernment. The opportunity may feel unfamiliar. The path may look different from what you imagined. But unfamiliar does not mean unsafe. It means new. Trust the peace that accompanies it. Trust the alignment that confirms it. Trust the timing that delivers it. Because December 21st was not just about exposure of failure. It was about announcement of advancement. You are advancing. You are stepping into rooms where your name carries respect instead of resistance. You are entering conversations where your voice carries influence instead of opposition. You are moving into spaces where your presence is valued instead of tolerated. This is establishment. The enemy tried to make you feel small. Heaven is about to show you how significant you truly are. And as you stand in this moment, understand something powerful. You survived the attack. You witnessed the reversal. Now you are walking into the reward. Stay grounded. Stay grateful. Stay alert. Because what opened next will confirm that nothing done against you was strong enough to stop what was written for you. Listen carefully, because this is where the transition becomes visible. Up until now, much of what has happened had been behind the scenes. Spiritual battles, silent reversals, hidden protection. But what unfolds next will begin to show itself in your physical reality. The overturned tables were not just symbolic acts of victory. They were legal announcements in the unseen realm that now demand manifestation in your everyday life. You are about to notice movement. Situations that felt frozen will begin to respond. Emails that once went unanswered will receive replies. Conversations that stalled will restart with new tone. Doors that looked permanently shut will show unexpected cracks of opportunity. This is the ripple effect of divine intervention. When Jesus overturns the tables of your enemies, he does not simply defend you, he repositions you. The space that was occupied by opposition is now available for opportunity, and opportunity does not knock timidly. He arrives with timing that feels almost sudden. Do not let suddenness scare you. You prayed for acceleration, but acceleration often feels unfamiliar when you have grown used to delay. The mind sometimes struggles to adjust to answered prayer, but your spirit will recognize it. Archangel Michael remains assigned to this shift. His presence signifies that what is unfolding is guarded. No interference will be allowed to reattach itself to your progress. The cycle has been broken. The pattern hath been interrupted. And here is something crucial. The stranger who brings the key may also bring a decision. You may have to say yes quickly. You may have to step forward before you feel fully prepared. You may have to trust instinct over analysis. This is not recklessness, this is alignment. Because the key is not meant to sit in your hand. It is meant to turn into action, turn into movement, turn into change. You cannot remain passive in a season of activation. The altar of darkness failed, but the lesson remains. Not everyone celebrating you is aligned with you. Not every opportunity is divine. That is why discernment must stay sharp. Protection does not eliminate wisdom. It enhances it. Pay attention to peace. When something is truly from God, it will not create confusion in your spirit. It may challenge you, but it will not disturb you. There is a difference. You are entering a period where clarity will replace guesswork. You will know who to trust. You will know where to invest your energy. You will know which direction to take. The fog that once surrounded your decisions is lifting. And as this clarity increases, I want you to actively engage with this moment. Like this video as a declaration that you are stepping into visible victory. Share it with someone who has felt spiritually attacked so they can understand that reversal is possible. Comment what door you believe is about to open in your life. Subscribe to this channel if you have not already, because this is a community that does not ignore spiritual warfare but overcomes it with authority. When you engage, you are aligning yourself publicly with the shift taking place privately. There are others who need confirmation that their attack has an expiration date. Your interaction can place this message in front of them at the right time. Do not underestimate how your simple action can amplify a divine word. And before you move forward, reflect on this. The enemy attempted to use your name in darkness because your name carries influence and light. That influence is about to increase. You may find yourself speaking with more confidence. You may notice people listening differently. You may sense opportunities seeking you instead of you chasing them. That is elevation. Elevation does not always announce itself loudly. Sometimes it arrives quietly and stabilizes gradually. But once it settles, it cannot be reversed easily. This is why endurance was required. If the tables had not been overturned, the weight of resistance would have made expansion unbearable. But now that resistance has been dismantled, growth can happen without constant obstruction. The stranger's arrival will feel like confirmation, not coincidence. It will answer a question you have been holding silently. It will connect a piece of your journey that once felt incomplete. And when that moment comes, act with courage. Do not shrink back into old doubt. Do not delay out of fear. Do not second-guess what peace confirms. You have been defended. You have been vindicated. Now you are being advanced. Something significant is about to align in your favor, and the next revelation will uncover why this new season will be more stable than any previous one. Hold your expectation high. The shift is no longer hidden. Remain attentive, because stability is now being woven into your new season. What is unfolding is not a temporary breakthrough. It is not a short-lived moment of relief. It is the beginning of something that has roots. The overturning of the tables was dramatic in the spirit, but what follows is deliberate and structured. God is not only removing what opposed you, He is building what will sustain you. This is where many people misunderstand divine timing. They celebrate the fall of their enemies, but fail to prepare for the responsibility of growth. But you are not being lifted for celebration alone. You are being lifted for stewardship. The altar of darkness failed because it was built on instability. Fear cannot build foundations that last. Manipulation cannot create structures that endure. What is built in darkness eventually collapses under its own weight. But what God establishes is reinforced with order, wisdom, and protection. That is what is entering your life now. You may begin to notice that your decisions feel more grounded. You are no longer reacting emotionally. You are responding strategically. The version of you that felt easily shaken is fading. In its place is someone more composed, more observant, more intentional. The transformation did not happen overnight, and was shaped through pressure. When resistance surrounded you, it forced you to think differently. When doors closed, it taught you patience. When people misunderstood you, it strengthened your identity. The very season that felt like isolation was actually preparation. Now preparation meets opportunity. The stranger bringing the key is aligned with this stability. They are not coming to disrupt your life. They are coming to confirm direction. The key they carry will not create chaos. It will create clarity. It will connect you to something sustainable. Sustainable favor is different from temporary excitement. Temporary excitement fades quickly. Sustainable favor grows steadily. It does not depend on hype. It depends on alignment. And your alignment has been refined through every challenge you endured. Archangel Michael's presence during this shift symbolizes protection with order. Not frantic defense, but structured covering. The season ahead will not feel like constant warfare. It will feel like guarded growth. There is a difference between surviving and thriving. You have survived the attack. Now you are positioned to thrive beyond it. And thriving requires discipline. As doors begin to open, you must remain anchored. Do not allow pride to replace gratitude. Do not allow speed to replace wisdom. The overturned tables were a reminder that everything can shift quickly. Stay humble in your advancement. You may also notice something surprising. Some individuals who once opposed you may attempt to reconnect, not out of malice but out of curiosity. They will sense the shift around you. They will feel the change in your confidence. They will observe your progress. You do not need to confront them. You do not need to expose them. The failure of their attempt speaks louder than any argument. Let your growth be your response. The peace entering your life will confuse those who expected you to break. The stability forming around you will silence those who predicted your fall. The clarity guiding your steps will separate you from environments that once drained you. This is elevation with maturity. You are no longer fighting for validation. You are walking in quiet assurance. You are no longer seeking approval. You are building substance. And substance attracts the right connections. The stranger who brings the key may represent a new circle, a different level of conversation, a higher standard of collaboration. You not fear outgrowing spaces that once felt comfortable. Growth requires transition. What failed against you has made room for what fits you. There will be moments where you reflect on the past season and realize how close you were to doubting yourself completely. But look at you now. Still standing. Still believing. Still moving forward. That is resilience. Resilience is what qualified you for this next chapter. The enemy attempted to weaken your resolve. Instead, your resolve strengthened. The pressure was meant to shrink your vision. Instead, your vision sharpened. Now the environment around you will begin to reflect the internal shift within you. You will attract conversations that challenge you intellectually. You will encounter opportunities that stretch your abilities. You will meet individuals who see potential in you before you fully see it in yourself. That is not random. That is divine orchestration. The key being delivered is not just access to a new season. It is access to a refined version of yourself. And this refined version is stable. Stable in identity. Stable in decision-making. Stable in faith. The battle has passed. The foundation is being laid. And what is being built will not collapse under pressure. Stand firm in this awareness. You are not stepping into temporary relief. You are stepping into structured favor. And structured favor lasts. Lift your eyes higher, because what is unfolding now reaches beyond your personal victory. The overturning of the tables was not only about silencing an enemy. It was about shifting your spiritual rank. When your name was taken to an altar of darkness and the attempt failed, it sent a message in the unseen realm. You are not easily moved. You are not spiritually unguarded. You are not vulnerable to every whisper spoken against you. But failure elevated your authority. You may not feel it immediately, but you are carrying a different presence now. There is weight behind your words. There is gravity in your decisions. There is confidence forming in your posture. This is what happens when God publicly defends someone in the Spirit. Their atmosphere changes. People will begin responding to you differently. Not because you demanded respect, but because something about you feels established. When Jesus overturned the tables of your enemies, he did more than protect you. He announced you. He announced that your season of intimidation has ended. He announced that your influence will no longer be suppressed. He announced that what was meant to weaken you has strengthened you. Archangel Michael's involvement in the shift signifies that you have crossed into a level that required reinforcement. Protection follows promotion. The higher you rise, the more intentional your covering becomes. But do not misinterpret this as fear. It is preparation. The stranger bringing the key is connected to this promotion. They are not just unlocking opportunity. They are unlocking expansion. And expansion changes visibility. You will be seen more clearly. You will be heard more distinctly. You will be recognized more openly. And first, this may feel uncomfortable. After seasons of feeling hidden or overlooked, visibility can feel unfamiliar. But do not retreat from it. You were not defended in secret just to remain small in public. The altar failed because your destiny is meant to influence more than you imagined. This next season will stretch your capacity. It will require you to think bigger. It will challenge you to release limitations you once accepted as normal. The key being delivered is not small. It represents access to rooms you once thought were unreachable. And here is what you must remember. With greater visibility comes greater responsibility. Stay aligned. Stay grounded. Stay discerning. Not everyone who approaches you in this season will carry pure intention. But do not let caution turn into suspicion. You are covered. You are guided. You are not navigating this alone. The overturning of tables cleared the path. Now the path widens. You may start feeling a surge of creativity. Ideas may flow more easily. Solutions may come quickly. Conversations may spark possibilities you had not considered. This is expansion of capacity. Do not ignore it. Write the idea down. Make the call. Respond to the opportunity. Step into the meeting. Momentum is building. And as you stand in this rising moment, declare it boldly. Type "I am elevated" in the comments if you receive this word. Blessing code 5931 is being released over your promotion right now. Seal this declaration with confidence. Now hear this carefully. When you support the spread of this message, you are participating in someone else's elevation. Scripture says, "Those who sow in tears shall reap in joy," and this is not distant poetry. It is God speaking life into your present. As you sow through super thanks, through membership, or through the PayPal link in the description, you are planting seeds into fertile ground where transformation is happening daily. This is not about sustaining a channel. It is about igniting light in places where darkness tried to win. I'm calling you to act prophetically in this moment. Let your giving become a key in someone else's breakthrough. As you release your seed, may increase locate you, may doors respond to you, and may protection surround your household. Step forward now and sow into the harvest. Understand something powerful. The enemy tried to confine your impact. Heaven has expanded it. The one who whispered against your name is now irrelevant to your advancement. The attention you once feared is becoming the platform you need. You are rising. Not with noise, not with arrogance, but with authority. And authority does not beg for permission. It walks forward knowing it has been established. The key has been released. The season has shifted. The tables remain overturned. Now walk as someone who has been publicly defended by heaven. Because you have. Take a deep breath. Because what is happening now is the settling of what has been spoken. After elevation comes adjustment. After promotion comes refinement. You have crossed into a new season, but your mind and habits must catch up with your new position. The overturning of the tables was decisive, powerful, and immediate. But the unfolding of your new reality will move with intentional precision. You are no longer fighting for survival. You are learning how to sustain growth. The shift may feel subtle at first. You might wake up with a stronger sense of direction. You may find yourself less affected by opinions that once controlled your mood. You may notice that situations which used to intimidate you now feel manageable. That is internal transformation aligning with external favor. The altar of darkness failed, but the memory of the battle may still try to echo in your thoughts. You might occasionally wonder if resistance will return. You might question whether this peace will last. That is normal. Trauma from past struggle does not disappear instantly. But do not let old fear narrate a new chapter. This chapter is different. Jesus did not overturn the tables halfway. He did not remove the opposition temporarily. He established a new order. And when divine order replaces chaos, stability becomes your new baseline. Archangel Michael's continued presence over your life is a reminder that you are not walking unguarded. Even as you step into visibility, protection surrounds you. Even as your influence expands, your covering strengthens. This is not a fragile blessing. It is reinforced. The stranger who brought the key may now begin to reveal their deeper role. What started as a simple interaction may turn into collaboration. What felt like a small opportunity may grow into a defining moment. This is how divine alignment works. It unfolds layer by layer. Do not rush it. Allow relationships to develop naturally. Allow opportunities to mature. Allow your confidence to grow steadily. Sustainable growth is more powerful than sudden fame. You are being positioned for longevity, not temporary excitement. And here is something important. You must guard your peace intentionally. Not everyone will understand your shift. Some will attempt to remind you of who you used to be. Others may subtly question your new direction. But you are not required to shrink to comfort someone else's perception. The tables were overturned for a reason. You were not defended so you could return to small thinking. You were not elevated so you could hide your growth. You were not vindicated so you could apologize for succeeding. Stand firmly in who you are becoming. This is also a season of wisdom. You will start recognizing patterns faster. You will sense motives more clearly. You will detect alignment and misalignment without confusion. That is discernment sharpened by experience. Use it. Not to isolate yourself. Not to judge others harshly. But to protect what have been entrusted to you. The key you receive represents access, but access must be managed. Every open door requires responsibility. You cannot carry old habits into new rooms. You cannot approach higher levels with careless attitudes. You are being upgraded. Your speech is becoming more intentional. Your time is becoming more valuable. Your energy is becoming more selective. This is maturity. The enemy once tried to attach limitation to your name. And now your name carries credibility. You will notice people asking for your input. You will observe others respecting your boundaries. You will sense that your presence carries weight in spaces where you once felt overlooked. This is confirmation. December 21st marked the turning point, but what follows is the steady climb. And steady climbs create lasting views. You may also begin to feel a deeper sense of purpose emerging. Questions about your calling may become clearer. Desires you suppressed may resurface with confidence. The battle stripped away distractions, leaving behind what truly matters. Pay attention to what consistently pulls at your heart. That pull is not random. It is direction. Archangel Michael's assignment was not just about defeating opposition. It was about escorting you into purpose. And purpose is unfolding gradually, not chaotically. Trust the pace. There is no need to compare your journey with anyone else's. Your battle was specific. Your protection was specific. Your elevation is specific. And what is specific is intentional. The person who tried to use your name in darkness no longer holds relevance in your story. Their failure is not your focus. Your growth is. Keep your attention forward. Keep your spirit receptive. Keep your actions aligned. Because what has been established will continue expanding. And the more you walk confidently in this new season, the more undeniable your transformation will become. You are not who you were when this began. You are stronger. You are clear. You are established. And this is only the steady beginning of what has been secured for you. Stay alert, because momentum is now accelerating in ways you did not anticipate. What began as a quiet spiritual reversal is turning into visible advancement. The atmosphere around your life is changing rapidly. Conversations are aligning. Opportunities are forming. The weight that once slowed you down has been removed, and now movement feels natural instead of forced. This is the phase where confidence must meet courage. The tables were overturned. The altar of darkness failed. The stranger delivered the key. But now you must walk through the doors that have opened. Divine intervention creates opportunity, but participation activates it. You cannot hesitate in this moment. You may notice that invitations are coming faster. Decisions may require quicker responses. People may begin recognizing your value more openly. This can feel overwhelming if you are still identifying with your old season. But you are not in that season anymore. You have been repositioned. When Jesus overturned the tables of your enemies, he cleared out what was corrupt so something clean could grow. That growth is now visible, and visibility requires boldness. Do not second-guess the clarity you feel. Do not downplay the ideas forming in your mind. Do not shrink your voice in rooms where you are meant to speak. The very areas where you once felt intimidated will become the places where you operate with authority. Archangel Michael's covering remains over this transition. As your influence increases, so does your protection. There is no need to fear sabotage returning. The chapter has closed. What failed once cannot regain power without your agreement. And you are no longer agreeing with doubt. This is a season of decisive action. The key you receive is not symbolic. It represents tangible access. Access to partnerships. Access to resources. Access to platforms. Access to environments that sharpen your growth. Step into them with confidence. You will feel moments of stretching. New responsibilities may challenge your comfort zone. Expectations may rise. Standards may elevate. But stretching is proof of expansion. And expansion is evidence that the reversal was real. Now, I want you to actively align with this shift. Like this video as a public declaration that you are stepping fully into your new season. Share it with someone who is still questioning whether their battle is over, because they need to hear that tables do get overturned. Comment what door you are preparing to walk through. Subscribe to this channel and become part of a community that moves with spiritual awareness and authority. When you engage, you are not just interacting with content. You are reinforcing your agreement with the transformation happening in your life. There are others who need this confirmation, and your action helps this message reach them at the exact moment they need clarity. And hear this clearly. The acceleration you are experiencing is not random luck. It is divine timing. December 21st marked a spiritual turning point, but now the results are unfolding in measurable ways. Financial improvements may begin to appear. Professional recognition may increase. Relationships may strengthen or shift toward deeper alignment. Pay attention to patterns of favor. You may notice that obstacles resolve themselves quicker than before. Situations that once required struggle now respond with ease. This is not because life has become effortless. It is because resistance has been removed. The enemy's attempt to confine you failed. And what remains is open terrain. But open terrain requires direction. Set clear goals. Clarify your vision. Define your priorities. You are no longer reacting to attack. You are building with intention. The stability forming around you is designed to support long-term growth. This is where maturity matters. You cannot approach this season casually. Protect your time. Guard your energy. Choose your collaborations wisely. Elevation without discipline leads to burnout, but elevation with wisdom leads to legacy. The stranger who brought the key may continue to play a role in your development. Do not overlook mentorship. Do not dismiss guidance. Do not assume you must navigate everything alone. Divine connections are part of divine advancement. You are stepping into a chapter that carries influence beyond what you initially imagined. Influence in your family. Influence in your work. Influence in your community. Walk with integrity. Walk with humility. Walk with clarity. Because what has been overturned cannot be restored to its former position. The corruption is gone. The delay is broken. The interference has expired. Now you are moving forward with momentum. And what comes next will solidify everything you have sensed in your spirit. Stay ready. The advancement is not slowing down. Lean in closely, because what you are experiencing now is confirmation that the shift is permanent. Momentum is no longer building quietly. It is becoming undeniable. The progress you are seeing is not temporary relief. It is structural change. What once felt fragile now feels firm. What once felt uncertain now feels guided. The overturning of the tables was not an emotional moment. It was a legal, spiritual reset that continues to echo through your reality. You are walking differently. You think differently. You respond differently. You expect differently. This is what happens when heaven intervenes decisively. The person who took your name to an altar of darkness believed they could define your outcome. They assumed your destiny could be negotiated in hidden places. But what they did not understand is that your life is anchored in covenant, not circumstance. And covenant cannot be rewritten by opposition. Now the evidence of that truth is surfacing. You may notice that long-standing delays are resolving almost effortlessly. Matters that once required constant struggle are finding smooth resolution. Conversations that once felt tense are becoming cooperative. This is the fruit of divine correction. When Jesus overturned the tables of your enemies, he removed the imbalance. And the balance is what creates constant friction. Now that balance has been restored, your life is flowing with greater ease. This does not mean challenges will never rise again. It means challenges will no longer dominate you. You are not easily shaken now. Your foundation has been reinforced. Archangel Michael's presence throughout this transition has ensured that what was broken stays broken. The cycle of hidden interference has ended. You are no longer vulnerable to unseen manipulation. The authority surrounding your name has been strengthened. That strengthening will show up in practical ways. You may find yourself setting boundaries without guilt. You may decline invitations that do not align with your purpose. You may pursue opportunities that once intimidated you. Confidence is no longer forced. It is natural. The stranger who brought the key may now fade into the background, having fulfilled their assignment. Where they may remain as a strategic connection in your new chapter. Either way, their role was divine timing. They were a catalyst, not coincidence. And now you are standing in the doorway that key unlocked. Do you feel the difference? The air feels lighter. The direction feels clearer. The future feels possible again. This is restoration of expectation. When you were under pressure, your expectations lowered quietly. You hoped for survival instead of success. You prayed for relief instead of expansion. But now expansion is not a distant idea. It is your present reality. Guard this renewed expectation carefully. Do not let cynicism creep back in. Do not allow past disappointment to whisper limits into your future. The tables were overturned so that you can operate without fear of sabotage. Operate boldly. This season will also test your gratitude. It is easy to cry out during struggle. It is different to remain grounded during growth. Remember where you were. Remember how uncertain it felt. Remember the prayers you whispered when you thought no one heard. You were heard. You were defended. You were vindicated. And now you are being established. The next stretch of your journey will require consistency. The excitement of breakthrough must transition into the discipline of maintenance. Show up daily. Honor your commitments. Develop your skills. Nurture your relationships. Growth must be stewarded intentionally. This is not about striving. It is about sustaining. The enemy tried to shake your stability. Now stability is your strength. You are not reacting to every shift around you. You are responding from a place of clarity. But clarity is a gift. As you move forward, expect continued confirmation. Small wins will accumulate. Unexpected support will surface. Opportunities will connect seamlessly. These are signs that the reset is holding firm. Do not rush ahead anxiously. Do not look backward fearfully. Stand firmly where you are. The season ahead is not built on hype. It is built on foundation. And foundations are not easily disturbed. You have crossed through resistance. You have witnessed reversal. You have stepped into expansion. Now you are stabilizing in authority. And what stabilizes in authority becomes unshakable over time. Prepare yourself, because the final revelation will seal everything that has been spoken. The shift is real. The protection is active. The advancement is permanent. Precious one, this is the sealing of the word that has followed you through every step of this shift. What began as a warning has become a witness. What began as exposure has become establishment. The person who took your name to an altar of darkness has failed, and now the evidence of that failure is written all over your life. Look at the transformation. You are no longer questioning whether you will survive. You are planning how you will expand. You are no longer asking why the attack happened. You are recognizing how it positioned you. You are no longer reacting to fear. You are responding with authority. This is the final confirmation. Jesus did not overturn the tables temporarily. He overturned them permanently. The structure that was built against you has collapsed beyond repair. The strategy that was formed to limit you has expired completely. There is no hidden clause. There is no remaining attachment. There is no spiritual residue that can follow you into this next chapter. It is finished. December 21st marked your turning point, but what you are walking into now is your established season. The stranger who brought the key was not the climax. They were the signal. The real story is what you have become since that moment. You have become aware. You have become discerning. You have become confident. You have become steady. Archangel Michael's assignment over your life in this season has ensured that your transition was not chaotic but guarded. You were escorted into advancement. You were shielded while being elevated. And now you stand on stable ground. Do not minimize this stability. There were days when you felt surrounded. There were moments when you wondered if the pressure would ever lift. There were nights when silence felt heavy and answers felt distant. But even in those moments, you were being defended in ways you could not see. Now you can see. The peace is clear. The opportunities are visible. The clarity is undeniable. And here is the truth you must carry forward. Your name carries authority now. Not because you demanded it. Not because you forced it. but because heaven defended it. The one who tried to misuse your name in darkness unintentionally announced your significance. They revealed that your destiny was worth targeting. But what they meant for harm became the catalyst for your promotion. The chapter is closed. You are not returning to old cycles. You are not reopening old battles. You are not entertaining old fears. The tables remain overturned. From this day forward, you walk with awareness of your covering. You build with confidence in your foundation. You speak with clarity in your calling. The key that was delivered has unlocked more than opportunity. It has unlocked identity. And identity is the greatest gift of all. Before this word concludes, seal it boldly. Type "I walk in divine reversal" in the comments if you receive this message. Lesson code 8804 is now activated over your household. Let this declaration mark your agreement with everything heaven has established over you. Now hear this final call with spiritual clarity. As this message has carried light into your situation, understand that there are countless others whose names are still being whispered in fear, who still feel surrounded, who still question whether their tables will ever be overturned. Scripture says, "Cast your bread upon the waters, and after many days it will return to you." This is not distant history. This is God inviting you into multiplication. I'm asking you to act in this sacred moment. So through super thanks, join the membership. Use the PayPal link in the description and release your seed into this mission of freedom. When you give, you are not funding content. You are unlocking deliverance for someone still in battle. As you sow, may open heavens respond to you, may provision pursue you, and may protection remain over your name. Step forward now and activate the harvest. The word has been spoken. The shift had been sealed. The season has begun. Walk forward knowing this truth. What failed against you has ensured that nothing can stop what is now established for you.